Hey there, it's Ivan. This is going to be your quick guide on how to use the Mission Builder GitHub. Links to the website that I go to, specifically the GitHub, will be in the description. It is also in the Mission Builder's announcement channel on the Mission Builder GitHub. If you're in Campaign Hub, Mission Builder announcements, pinned messages, it is this link right here. With that said, the GitHub, you got to start on this page. This is the 501st Missions GitHub. Quick summary of things is tools and scripts. You don't need to worry about those. Those are mission files and GitHub related programs in C#. Profile Mission Builder is a placeholder mission profile that can be used. It has some key bindings set up. Its compositions are out of date right now, so don't worry too much about that. Missions folder. Pending missions are awaiting release. Live missions are the things we have on server. The framework files are for our automated mission generation. Development files are files in development, and archive are the files that were on server but are no longer on server. Inside the compositions folder, this is where the compositions go. The vendor composition is right here. Every composition contains a compositions.sqe and a header.sqe, so you know it's a composition if it contains these two files. The miscellaneous folder contains slots composition. The fob folder contains our fob compositions. There's only one right now. And the generator contains compositions that are used in the mission file generator. Essentially, these two are just copies of the fob and vendor compositions. So, getting these files onto your computer to use in Arma is a pretty simple process. The easiest way to just immediately grab the files is to click the green code button and hit download a zip. That will occur. This zip file will download. And when that's finished, you can either extract the zip file by right-clicking on it, or you can double-click the zip file to enter the zip file, and then you can just click on folders and copy and paste folders from there. I already have this downloaded in my repositories folder here. So once you have downloaded the zip file and you have extracted it or you have opened it, it will look exactly the same as the GitHub when you open and you go into 501st Missions. You'll see compositions, missions, profile scripts, tools, etc. It's the same thing as here. Now, the composition files are in the compositions folder. Star Wars 501st Missions compositions. This is the GitHub folder. You also need to get it to your game, so you're going to go ahead and go to your My Documents, Arma 3 Other Profiles, your profile name, and then the compositions folder in Arma 3. For future reference, when I mention the GitHub folder, I'm talking about 501st Missions composition for the GitHub. And when I mention the Arma 3 folder, I'm talking about your Arma 3 Other Profiles, CI, or in my case, CI Swavelin, or your profile name compositions. To get the slots, the vendor, and the fob into your Arma 3 folder, you go to the GitHub folder, take the vendor file, copy that. You can right-click and copy, or Control-C, and paste it by either right-clicking and selecting Paste, or pressing Control-V. If you get the option to overwrite files, go ahead and take that, because the GitHub is going to have the most recent versions of the files, while what's in your Arma profile may not be the most recent version. Same thing with the slots. We're going to go into the miscellaneous folder and copy the slots. From there, we're going to paste it into the ARMA 3 folder, and we are not going to make a MISC 501st slots folder. You have to put it in the root directory of your ARMA 3, your profile compositions folder. You cannot have nested folders, meaning I can't create a new folder here and put the composition inside of this folder. ARMA 3 will not recognize it. So it needs to be placed directly in the ARMA 3 folder. And again, we're going to head back to the GitHub folder, navigate up again, go to FOB, copy the FOB file, and we'll paste that. Control V once again, and overwrite all files that were changed. Now that is the very static way of doing it. Whenever there is an update to slots and an update to the compositions, you'll have to re-download the GitHub repository again, and that may take some time in order to get your 501st missions zip file here. And you don't always want to download this file over and over again, so there are other options. The easiest option is to go and use GitHub Desktop. Simple application. Go ahead and download it for Windows or macOS, whatever platform you use. And you'll open it on your computer. And you will get something that looks similar to this. Now, from here, you can clone a repository. If you go to File, Clone. And then we're going to go ahead and select URL. We'll head back over to the Mission Builder GitHub, hit the green code dropdown, and copy this link here. Make sure it's selected HTTPS. I'm going to copy this, and we'll head over to GitHub, paste it here, and this will allow us to copy our Git repository. The local path, just set this somewhere on your computer where you won't lose it, and you know where it is. It doesn't truly matter where you set the file to. So if we clone this, it's going to download everything from GitHub. The first time will take the longest. And as it is cloning, you'll notice if we head over to where that's set, which would have been my E501st, 501st missions, items will start filling this up. And it will hold the same format as the GitHub, same format as the zip file you downloaded. The files will be here, and you can copy and paste them from that folder that you selected into your ARMA 3 compositions folder. The benefit of using Git Desktop is when you make changes, or when I make changes, or any other Mission Builder leadership make changes to the GitHub. From there, instead of re-downloading the entire GitHub repository with the download zip button, you can select Fetch Origin at the top. Don't worry about me switching that. This is downloading right now. This is an already downloaded copy. When it's finished downloading, you will get a page that looks like this. The only buttons you need to worry about is the Fetch Origin button here. And when you click that, it will fetch the origin. And if there are updates for you to download, it will say Pool. And you click it again to pull the updates, and that will update the folder on your computer. From there, you can just hit Show in Explorer. It will navigate you to the repository, and you can once again copy the compositions from this folder into your ARMA 3, and they have been downloaded, and you don't have to continuously re-download the zip file every single time. Another use for GitHub Desktop that you can use is backing up your ARMA 3 other profiles folder. So you hit File, and you hit New Repository. and give it a name. I just called mine Arma 3 other profiles. And then you choose a path. In this case, you would go to the My Documents, Arma 3 other profiles, and hit Select Folder. So in my case, it says the directory already appears to be a Git repository. That's because it is already a Git repository. You can choose to initialize it with a README file. It's just a text file. You honestly don't have to do that. And you don't have to worry about any of these files. But if you hit, we'll go ahead and, in my case, I'll go ahead and pick the Arma 3 profile here, just so I can show an example of creating it. I'm going to hit create. And that just creates it as a Git repository. From there, you can hit publish. You can choose to keep it private or public, but you do need a GitHub account. From there, after you hit publish, it stops and goes like phrases like this. Now, any changes to your Arma 3 profile, or in this case, the Arma 3 folder on my end, will show up as changes in this panel right here. So if I switch over to my other 3 profiles folder, you can see I have files changed here. I've got mission files that have been updated. I've got some description files that have been updated. And whenever you want to save these changes and back them up to the cloud, or just as backing it up to your computer, you give it a summary here. I am very creative and I name all of mine nom or some variation of that. Commit to main. That will save your changes locally. And then you can push origin, this button here again, or right there. And that will upload them to GitHub, where all your changes are saved. In the event that your Arma 3 other profiles folder gets deleted for some reason, you can follow the same steps that you used to clone the GitHub Mission Builders repository for your Arma 3 other profiles repository, and all of your work will be restored. Same thing with all of your key bindings and anything that's related to your Arma 3 profiles, which is why I set the backup for the actual other profiles folder and not just the multiplayer missions folder, because then it backs up your key bindings and pretty much everything related to your Arma 3 account. I hope that wasn't too confusing. I know in the GitHub side of things is a little more advanced, but at least the downloading the zip file and copying files over so you can use them in Arma would be useful. Please note that unlike mission files, compositions are not able to be hot loaded into Arma, and if you want to add compositions to your Arma while you are playing the game, you need to restart Arma before they will appear in the Eden editor. Thank you all, and have a great day.